Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dyro here with another Options and Play video update. So, back in the saddle after being under the weather last week, and there's a lot going on last week that I'm just trying to get up to speed with, but also there's gonna be a lot going on this week as well. We got the midterms tomorrow. We got the CPI Thursday. There's also still a lot of earnings due out this week, so overall should be very very busy. What's interesting is that we have a lot of mixed action, still weaker action in the large names, and it's really made for a pretty significant divergence in the performance of the indices. So just a lot of moving pieces, a lot of cross currents. And I mean, for some stocks, it seems like they just don't go down, and for other stocks, it seems like they don't go up. So, you know, just not being able to really be at my desk much and focus a lot last week. There is a lot to catch up on. But I thought what was interesting, maybe one of the more interesting setups this morning, is this Tesla at 200. Um, it's it's never a dull day in Elon's world, but really this is an important day for Tesla because it's back to 200, which was the low, marked the bottom post earnings in October, had a really nice bounce. It's right there again, and not only is it like the low of the year, but when I scroll out, you can see that this 200 level would kind of mark what I guess in my opinion would be almost like the level of a Head and Shoulders, which is formed going back a bit, right? So if you go back to the beginning of 2021, kind of have this Head and Shoulders pattern, which is formed shoulder, head, shoulder, right? And then this would be the break of that level, more or less. So kind of like a big spot. If it loses this 200 decisively, you're probably looking at low 180s, which comes next. So whether or not it holds, it's going to be important because I mean we know if it holds, could be a quick bounce. If it breaks, could be a quick move. So kind of like a make or break level going into a big week, and definitely seems like something worth keeping an eye on. Uh, as far as as far as some of these other big names, it's more to me just watching and waiting to see if they can bounce and then just stabilize and start to put together some work on the upside. Because Meta's having a nice day, but I mean you can see it's still very beaten up and below the 8 EMA. So these other names to me they're not as interesting technically yet. If they can start to show signs of maybe stabilizing and making some progress, working through some levels, getting above some moving averages, then maybe so. But for right now, they're more watching and waiting. And even if I start to see them consolidate at lower levels, could be setting up for more bearish strategies. Actually, looking for continuation, especially depending on how the CPI plays out this week. All right, so a lot of stuff going on, but things are starting off a little bit slower today, but that'll probably change real soon. I don't know if the midterms are going to be as big of a catalyst, but I do know that the CPI is definitely going to be a big catalyst. So, the back half of this week could be real wild. Okay. So, if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.